What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we're here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, episode 33. Last episode was incredible. Last episode we had the showdown between the two Poochie brothers, Enrico and Dominic, or Wes, or Weather, whatever you want to call him. He's sexy either way. It was a fantastic episode. It had some really insightful and deep moments just within the fight. The fight itself was well done, and even the death scene of Weather Report was extremely well done. On top of just being very sad to lose one of, or at least to me, one of the greatest characters that we have gotten in JoJo. He is definitely one of my favorites. He is in the top 3 at least, as like my favorite stand users. So fantastic episode, very sad the way it ended, but there is still so much more anime to like be watched in this part in the season. So it baffles me that there's more to be had. Of course there's more to be had. The heaven plan hasn't happened. The moon hasn't risen, all that other stuff. So of course there's more to happen, but it's just crazy to me how good the show is, in knowing that there's still more goodness left to be watched. So we're gonna hop straight into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate it too. Or I appreciate you too. And if you want more, Jesus fucking, if you're a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests or suggestions, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place in that in is always my social media links, going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early or the full-length reaction to these episodes, you can always subscribe to my Patreon. Links going to be in the description below. We also have a Discord if you want to talk more JoJo or anything else that we're watching on the channel. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure that they are on, them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. You really just gonna bring me back to this shit? You gonna make me relive this? The wind stopped blowing. March 21st, 2012. What was I doing back then? I was in high school, hating my life. That's what I was doing. Insert this just into my head. Yeah, I would assume so. The priest is Arion. Shh. Fuck. We don't even have Jotaro. Jesus Christ. Why they put his jacket on? I genuinely thought that Jotaro would have been back into the game by now, but no. He's still out. Man, that's hard. That boy is rock hard. Yeah, he's rock hard. He's rock hard. Come on. It is I say that it's interesting that he used the word saved, because it's very well known that when you join the faith like Christianity and stuff like that, they use that word for like baptisms and like just generally people joining the church, like knowing God and stuff like that. When you get to that point in the religion, they usually call it being saved. So for Ansui to say that the happiness that Weather Report felt for just being around everybody or just enjoying everybody's company, just being, you know, just friends, I guess. That was enough to save him. So it can be seen as multiple things, as if like that was Weather Report's heaven, was to, you know, have these people around him. So it's nice. It's nice to see. How cute. He is in awe. To be fair, that Jolene is an extremely attractive woman. So, yeah. Bro, I swear to God, if this is a fucking ring, I'm killing myself. No way. No way. No way. It is a ring. They sure gave us hell that pretty. Yeah. No, his ring. Oh no. Oh. Oh, poor guy. That's tough. What the fuck? Why? Wait, why did you give her a computer? You have the fucking car has GPS. Look. And it's 2012. The car has GPS. What? Jesus fucking Christ, whatever. Okay. The Kennedy Space Center. Why did they just say Space Center? He obviously said, oh, it's Netflix. Okay. Mission has to come through here. Okay, mapping out. Y'all are gonna buy tickets? Something about that seems so goofy. So this is absolutely where we need to be, basically. Oh, he's going through it. This must be like the final changes. Bro, shut up. I hate your face. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, he's doing a nice thing though, so like respect. Would you be offended? Bro, God is an alien. Come on, bro. To tolerate your incessant questions. Jesus. Jesus Christ. He has had it. There's less of a gravitational pull on it. So while the rocket is along the equator. Oh. Wow, okay. Causes gravity to weaken along the equator. I mean, dude, you fused with a homunculus. Do you expect to feel peachy keen? This level has described a 0 mark. This seems like just a fucking science lesson or a geological lesson, but this also may be important, so I gotta read all this. How's it take? Let's see. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm not reading anything that's going on right now, because what the fuck? Did gravity just not? What the fuck is going on? Is gravity inversing? Oh. Oh my God. Yes, would it be nice to have Jotaro here? Absolutely, but we don't have time. What? The car stuff? This is a stolen car. We are wanted criminals. Bro, what is going on? Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Gravity is reversing. Oh my god, is that what his stand does? Is that what the new stand does? Fuck. It controls gravity? Whoa. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, this is... Oh, shit. Oh shit, I was just about to ask, why aren't they going backwards? Whoa. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Ah, Hermes! Right, we're sideways. Cause the soda was like, at first I thought it was inverse, but the soda wasn't going up; it was going to the side. Come on, Hermes, not my dog. Fuck. Oh my god. This is fucking insane. Holy shit. Just grip onto the road, my nigga. You can sink into it. Right. This might actually be the calm before the storm. All right. Bro, this is insane. Jesus, he is horny. I mean, to be fair, that is all the character traits that makes her not just the main character, but like someone who has fate strong enough to even oppose Poochie. Even was her gravity was. Whoa, this is true. Gravity keeps the planet revolving. This is true. Oh. Oh, this is so crazy. Oh shit. Let's go! Let's go! I mean, it also might just be, yeah. Also might just be because of the gravity. Of course he is. That's why this crazy shit. Damn, that's a hard ass pose. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? 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 Oh shit. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh. The fuck? What? What? Yes, I want to watch the fucking credits. Stop asking me that. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't have an answer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I am lost. I am lost. I was under the I was under the assumption that Poochie was going to have a time-based stand that would speed up time, right? That's what I thought he was going to have. I was banking everything that I had on Poochie having a like a fast forward time stand. That's what I thought. But apparently it goes deeper than that. He doesn't control gravity. And at first I thought that it was that the gravity was inverse. But the soda that the guy had in his cup was going sideways. Everything was going sideways. The entire episode, things were falling sideways. Now, is that because they're on, close to the equator and like all this other stuff and like scientific mumbo jumbo that I'm not exactly smart enough to give you a full discussion about? Maybe, right? But here's what I do know. Though it's, let me say this, right? Because he does something with gravity, not exactly that it's like it's not that it's like inversing gravity. Since he changes it sideways, right? Here's what I'll say is that gravity is used very loosely in this show. It's not exactly, whenever people talk about gravity, or at least whenever Poochie talks about gravity, it's somewhere in between the gravity that we know, which is, the normal, mass, higher the mass, the faster it falls and all this other stuff. It could be that, right? It absolutely is that. But also loosely, gravity obviously relates to fate as well. So here's what I'll say, right? With this with it, and I should be talking about the episode itself, but I mean, in all reality, the episode itself was Poochie finding out about his new stand ability, so we'll talk about that. Because gravity is used so loosely in both aspects of the word, of like actual gravity, like real world shit, and the idea of fate, what's happening here is that we're still getting what we originally saw, right? Which was the time acceleration, right? If we see gravity as fate, and we see that he is manipulating it, we'll use that word for now until I can get a full grasp of what the fuck is going on. If we see that he's manipulating it in a way, we can also assume that he is also like changing or manipulating fate in a way, or at least he is shepherding the flow of it, right? Maybe that's a better way to say it. If we go a bit deeper and we see what was going on in this episode, there were plenty of people that were also falling sideways and not exactly in the best of situations. But what we see here is that Jolene, Emporio, and Ansui do make it, right? And while it's more or less of them, just using everything at their disposal to get to Poochie, what it can be seen as is that their fate was strong enough to to move through whatever current of fate Poochie was creating there, right? So what we know now is that Poochie, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm all over the place because my brain is all over the place right now, but I'm gonna try to make this as cohesive as possible. I'm going to try. If I fail, hey man. What we're seeing here is that Poochie's handle on gravity has been awakened in a way that has him realize the actual importance of gravity. It is primordial, right? And I think that's one of the more important aspects of this episode is that it shows us that that gravity is primordial. It was the beginning of pretty much everything. And in a way, right? Not even in a way, he's absolutely right. If you know how the Big Bang happened, right? It is that things got very, very, very close together. And just follow me on this. I know that right now the discussion is everywhere, but follow me on this. If we take this, if we take what we know about the Big Bang and how it's basically that everything got very, very fucking close. That's the best way. That's the simplest way I can explain it. Everything got very, very close and then they exploded. We can now see why, or at least why Poochie has this power, because he is now anchored himself as the main point of gravity. Whether that means that he is pushing people away or pulling them in, what we're seeing here is that I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes the most sense, and I don't think that there is a way that makes the most sense. What am I trying to say here? Poochie has created an anchor point, or has made himself the anchor point of gravity, in which he is able to actually create his heaven, because him being the anchor point will allow him to create the singularity that, Jesus fucking Christ, none of this shit makes sense. Oh my God, none of what I'm saying makes sense. It doesn't. It helps him to create the singularity that he needs in order to create the new I guess world, heaven, whatever he's trying to do, right? Because before in the show, it was more or less just like, oh, he's gonna create a loop, and then that will be what gets him to where he needs to be, right? But now it's a lot more oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my God. I might need a minute. I might actually need a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time that I actually need to just like sit back and like think about what the fuck just happened. Because I'm lost, but I get it, right? Like that's where I'm at right now. Like I'm lost, but I get it, because the amount of like pseudoscience that's going into this is at like a sweet spot of ridiculous and genius. So I might need a minute to soak all this in. So I think I've sat here for like 20 minutes. I don't know, I lost track of time. Sat here for like 20 minutes, just I guess pontificating to myself, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And stick with me. So I was thinking way too hard. For one of the first times in any of my reactions, I had to like not go back and watch the whole episode again, because I definitely was not going to do that. But I went back and kind of just watched what was going on in the scene where gravity went all fucked, right? And here's what I think. Like I said, I was thinking way too hard. I was like thinking like big picture and macro when I should be thinking a little bit more micro. What's going on here is Poochie has made himself something of like a black hole, right? What he's done here is that he's like shifted gravity, or made himself the center of a new gravity. As the normal, like here, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm still scrambled. If JoJo as a series uses gravity very loosely. Gravity could mean actual gravity, like, you know, you take something, you drop it, and that's gravity. Or it could also just mean fate, right? And in this show, in this episode, in the show, the series, whatever, it's a little bit of both, right? And like I said, what's happening here is that Poochie has made himself the center of it, but not the center of the gravity that we know, because what the gravity that we know is the normal shit, right? What we've been experiencing the whole time, walking, talking, not falling from our cars, stuff like that. But once Poochie's new, did we get a name for Poochie's stand? I don't think we did. Did he say it? I didn't look at that part if he did say it. I guess I missed it. But what we're seeing is Poochie's new stand has created a new gravity that works completely different from the last one that we were experiencing. And if we are to look at gravity like fate, and this is something new, this is either a new fate or a new direction for fate, we can kind of surmise that that Poochie is doing exactly what he initially wanted to do, which is shepherd everyone to heaven, basically. And if this new gravity is what brings people to heaven, then here's what we have to consider. First off, I should have wrote like a checklist, because in my mind I felt like I was writing things down. But first off is that this is just the beginning. I don't know why I didn't think of this immediately when I saw the stand, but that's a totally new stand. And you know, you're thinking, well, of course it is. It looks totally different from pale, about to call him Pale Snake, White Snake. Yes, of course it does. Because it's not the only stand. It's not the only stand. What we're seeing here is the beginning of something new. In the last batch, he accelerated time, no doubt about it. Of course, it goes deeper than that, but he was that was a totally different power. So we can at least say that whatever is going on right here is just the beginning. Why do we say that? Because Emporio himself said so. Now, why am I focusing on Emporio? Because of what he said that this felt like just the beginning. So if we are to take what he was saying as foreshadowing, then whatever the fuck this thing is simply just the miniature evolved form. So let's look at it like let's bring it all together, right? Let's bring it all together real quick. Let's bring it all together, because I feel like I'm not making too much sense, and I understand why I'm not making too much sense, because dear God, this shit is very fucking hard to like truly understand, or I'm just stupid. That could also be a thing. But let's bring it back down, and let's actually, figure this out real quick. So, new gravity means new fate. New stand means possibility for more stands, or another stand at least, right? Because what's happening here is that since Poochie has created a new fate or a new gravity different from our own, they're still the job's still not done, because what Poochie wants to do is rid the world of anxiety, sadness, the unknowing. He wants heaven, right? But if you want that, then you have to create a loop, as we've always been talking about. So with this new gravity, and follow me on this, with this new gravity, what we're seeing is the beginning of this fate, right? And what he is trying to do is create a gravity that doesn't, the normal gravity that we usually see. What he's doing is trying to create a gravity that goes sideways. Follow me, sideways, much like the equator, and completes itself. If there's anything that I can assume, or that we should be assuming about fate, is that if there's anything that we should be asking about fate, is what is the shape of it, right? Is it nebulous? Is it linear? Is it well, it's definitely not a circle, or well, it could be. Like, is it a cycle? We don't know, or at least I don't know. But Poochie has changed either the shape of it or the flow of it to create a new one. On top of Poochie making himself the center of gravity, what he is now doing is creating the start for what should be a new Big Bang. If you don't know how the Big Bang started, is that things simply just got really fucking close until it exploded. That's the simplest way to put it. What Poochie is doing is basically recreating this, but in a way that loops itself. Oh fuck, man. Oh fuck. I don't know. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, dude. But yeah, it seems like he's creating this as a way to begin the loop in which creates heaven. But in order to do that, he has to be the center of that gravity, so he can create a new universe that actually can contain that heaven. Am I making sense, or am I like not? Am I sounding stupid? Because this shit is really hard to I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never in my fucking life had this much trouble explaining a fucking anime. I've never in my life had this much trouble explaining any show. But here we are. I think that's what Poochie's doing. He is becoming the cause to an effect that needs to be started. And if this needs to be started, then this is truly only the beginning. Whether it's for this new gravity, whether it's for this new stand, whether it's for the characters, this is the beginning. What we're starting is a new primordial beginning, the same way that Poochie was saying in the episode where he's like, oh, it was always there, even before the earth, it was always there. That's what he's trying to convey, is that since that thing has always been there, if you change the flow of it, oh man, I would have never guessed this is where JoJo was going. I would have never guessed this is where JoJo is going. I'm going to apologize. I'm just going to apologize now, because dear God, I'm 100% sure nothing that I just said over the past 10 minutes made any sense. But I am trying, my nigga. I'm trying. I have no fucking idea what the fuck is happening. But the point is that there are multiple aspects working here with Poochie's stand. The first thing is the gravity, the second thing is the stand itself, and the third thing is the potential for the stand. Because like I said, that man was accelerating time. He was not controlling gravity, but technically he was. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that the gravity that the gravity that he's created is what? I sat there and pontificated for 20 minutes and still couldn't come up with it, because I think this shit doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense. And here's the thing, right? JoJo does this wonderful thing in its show where it uses pseudoscience in a way that is both ridiculous and incredibly genius, right? Which is why I always say, I don't think I'm smart enough to truly decipher what the fuck is going on. But it uses pseudoscience so fucking well, right? Other anime, other shows have done it plenty of times. Honestly, that's how a lot of anime runs, right? That's what a lot of anime runs off of, is the pseudoscience of certain things, right? But the way JoJo uses it to also create philosophical questions about the ethereal aspects of life is so fucking smart. I have genuinely when I say that it teeters on the precipice of ridiculous and genius, I absolutely mean it, because this could very easily make no sense and be horribly written, but it's working well, and I know it's working well because I'm confused as fuck. So hats off to the writing of JoJo, right? I know we were talking about we were trying to break down Poochie's stand and all this other stuff, but at this point it's a lost fucking cause for me. I don't fucking know what's going on with that shit. But hats off to Araki for writing something this complicated, complicated in theory at least. And just having the courage to actually try to bring it all together into one cohesive story, which he's doing a fantastic job of right now. It's just that I'm not fucking smart enough to understand what the hell is going on. So it is massively impressive to me that somebody could write this and with a fucking chest out publish it, you know. Like it's like I've seen crazy shit before, and not just anime but just media in general. I've seen crazy stories before. I've seen time travel, I've seen monsters, cryptids, and all this other shit in stories that are really interesting. I have never ever seen a story like this. The amount of dick length that you would need to write this is incredible. It is genuinely incredible. On top of that, to this, just like talking about this episode specifically, to make it look so terrifying, in which it does a fantastic job of, like the stand, his new stand. I don't think we have a name for it, as far as I know. Once again, I'm trying to think about if they said its name or not, and I don't think it did because I can't remember it. Then again, my memory is ass. But for them to make all this shit so fucking terrifying is a feat that I don't know. I just don't know how to say it. I don't know how to express how impressed I am. Like this discussion is everywhere, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad it is, because what it's doing for me is it is making my brain work overtime thinking about what the fuck is going on. And that's exactly what I like out of a show. Is like, yeah, sometimes I just want to be entertained. Sometimes I just want to see anime titties on the screen. That's, you know, that's cool. But dear God, I love it when a show can take what I know about life and twist it in a way that makes absolutely no sense according to what I have always known. You know, it is incredible. It's incredible. I'm gonna keep it real with you. For the first time, and maybe not the first time, but for one of the first times ever in my life, a show has stomped me out so thoroughly with what the fuck that I don't know. I have nothing to say. If I for some reason like think of something that sparks my interest, or like reminds me of something, or gives me something more to say, then I'll gladly I'll come back on here with the usual Dvrth shit and be like, oh, I got something else to say. But until then, dude, I will end with this. This show is fucking incredible. This show is absolutely incredible. I would have never guessed. I would have never in a million years guessed that this right here is what the show was all culminating to be, right? From the time that I like watched episode 1 and watched Jonathan try to make friends with Dio, if you would have asked me, where do you think this show is going to end up? Like, what do you think is going to, like, where do you think the show is going to end up? This right here, I would have never guessed this in a million years. I would have never guessed this in a million years. So for this show to go from that to this and make it make sense, incredible. absolutely incredible. I am impressed. I have never been this impressed. And like it's so good. It's so good. Oh man. So, sorry that this is a shorter discussion. Actually, this is probably like well, probably not the shortest JoJo discussion, but it might be. Um, but sorry that this discussion is shorter, but I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I just don't. I don't. Maybe after having a good night's rest, maybe I'll understand a little bit better. But until then, I have no fucking idea what's going on. I'm not gonna pretend like I know, because I don't. This shit is fucking incredible. Oh my god, this show is so fucking good. It's insane. It is insane that a show could be this good. It just doesn't make any sense. So, let's yeah. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. This show's so good. Holy fuck, man. Okay. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something totally different, the best place to send it in, as always, my social media links gonna be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early, subscribe to my Patreon. Links are gonna be in the description for that as well. We also have Discord if you want to join that and talk more JoJo, and yeah, or whatever we're watching on the channel. Maybe you have a better explanation for for whatever the fuck was going on in this episode. I hope you do, because I need help. But yeah, this was great. This was fucking great, man. Once again, sorry for the short discussion, but dear God, when you're lost, you're just lost. So, I'm gonna get my off button ready. There it is. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves. This show is amazing. This show is incredible. It's incredible.